Cameron Macaulay is a 6-year-old British boy living with his mother in the city of Glasgow. Compared to other children of the same age, Cameron is not much different. The only unique aspect is that Cameron always likes to talk about his mother and his past life's family. Now before we get to the main content, please hit the subscribe button to support the channel. Since the age of 2, Cameron Macaulay has been talking about life on the Isle of Barra in the Outer Hebrides, even though he and his family have never been to a distant island. The stories Cameron tells about his life are like any other tales a boy might tell about his growing up. But there's a strange difference. He and his family have never been to the places he describes. He speaks of a different life he prefers on the remote Isle of Barra in Scotland. It's a far cry from the rows of closely packed houses in the city of Glasgow, where he lives with his mother and older brother. Yet he talks about life in a white wooden house overlooking the beach. The boy also loves to draw pictures of that house. He once told his mother Norma, "I'm the boy from Barra." These words from Cameron sent shivers down his mother's spine, and many thought he was making up the story. Cameron always says, "I miss my past life's mother, I miss my old hometown." Not only that, Cameron accurately remembers events from his past life. He recalls that his old family had a father, a mother, brothers and sisters, always lively and full of laughter, unlike the current life with Norma. He also describes how the White House had 3 bathrooms, not just one like their current home. Concerned about her son's behavior, single mother Norma Macaulay sought out a psychiatrist and child behavior expert to get their opinion on whether they could explain what was happening or not. However, unconvinced by their opinions that Cameron may have heard about life on the Isle of Barra from someone else, or that it was an imaginative story gone too far, the mother fined Dr. Jim Tucker, a child psychologist at the University of Virginia School of Medicine, who was fascinated by stories of alleged reincarnation in young children. Dr. Jim stated, "Memories of past lives have occurred many times. In the 1940s alone, there were at least 2,500 such cases. These individuals often have unfinished business from the past life, so they don't want to forget the past." Dr. Jim also advised Norma that if possible, take the boy to the place he described, and everything would become clear. At that time, the Macaulay family lived about 354 km away from the Isle of Barra, located in the Outer Hebrides off the west coast of Scotland and home to around 1,000 people. After some time, Norma Macaulay couldn't bear to let her son be. Together with Dr. Tucker, they arranged a journey to fly Cameron Macaulay from Glasgow, Scotland to Barra, to find his past life mother. The journey from Glasgow to the Isle of Barra is about an 8-hour drive by car and ferry, or about 1 hour by plane. This small island is a place the entire Cameron family had never heard of before. When the plane landed on a sandy beach on the Isle of Barra, they met with a local historian on the island. Dr. Tucker and the Macaulays were able to locate a white wooden house on the beach where a Robertson family was known to have lived in the 1960s and 1970s. They had indeed found a house that matched Cameron's description. Upon seeing the house, Cameron was ecstatic. He said to his mother, "I told you it was all true. I'm so happy to be back." However, as they entered the house, what unfolded left Cameron's mother speechless. The joy on Cameron's face vanished, and he became extremely silent. Norma, Cameron's mother, thought that Cameron probably expected things to happen as in his memory, where his past life mother would be sitting in the house waiting for him to return. But things didn't unfold as Cameron remembered, causing him some distress. There was no one in the room. The former homeowner had passed away, but the key holder had opened the door for their family to enter. Despite the many unfamiliar corners in the house, Cameron seemed to know them all. Just as Cameron described, there were indeed 3 bathrooms in the house, and from the bedroom window, Cameron could see the sea. Despite the long and tiring journey, young Cameron still comfortably recounted stories of playing with his black and white dog on the sandy beach of the island. He talked about watching his siblings run around from the window of their house in Barra. Cameron told his mother that he had fallen through a hole and entered a new life with her. "I lived in a white house with my parents and 3 siblings," Cameron's words were recorded when speaking in the documentary film, The Special Ones, The Boy Who Remembers Past Lives. He recalled sitting in a 1-story house with a roaring fire. On the plot of land of the wooden house was a gate leading to the beach and the rocky shores below, much like he described while in Glasgow. "My favorite spot in Barra is the beach, and I like taking my dog with me. I enjoy playing with it, and my siblings play too." The plane once landed on the beach. Norma Macaulay, speaking to a Channel 5 documentary in 2006, said, "At first I just thought, the boy is making things up. But then I thought, how does the boy know the name Barra? Why Bara, a place none of us have ever been to or had any connection with? Cameron's stories became more detailed over time, as he recalled how his father, whom he called Shane Robertson, died in a car accident. He was so drawn into what he believed to be his past life that he would cry at nursery, asking for Bara Mom to come and fetch him instead of his current mother, Norma. With tears streaming down his face, the boy kept saying, "I have to go to Bara, my family is missing me," Norma said. Norma contacted a genealogist named Ruth Borum, who discovered that there was indeed a Robertson family from Glasgow, who owned a modest white house on Bara for about 20 years. They then went to meet Gilly Robertson, a member of this family, who showed Cameron photos of her family's previous vacations on the island. Surprisingly, she confirmed that there was often a black and white sheepdog on their property, although its owners were neighbors. But Gilly couldn't recall anything about a man named Shane or any family member dying in a car accident. Dr. Tucker wondered aloud if the name Robertson might be a case of mistaken identity, and if the investigative team should dig further into accidents involving a man being killed by a car. The last possibility Tucker raised was that Cameron might have mixed memories from two past lives, leading to inaccuracies. While not all of Cameron's memories aligned with reality, Dr. Tucker noted that Cameron still retained memories of past lives. Dr. Tucker said in the documentary, "The boy certainly reacted to the house as if it were a special place to him. He had some memories and emotions about the island from before, possibly from a different lifetime, and then somehow transferred to him." After their return to the city of Glasgow, Cameron became quieter and more serene. Norma said, "Going to Bara was the best thing we ever did." This trip made Cameron's mind much more at ease. He didn't talk much about Bara anymore. Currently, Cameron also understands that people no longer think he made up this story because they found an explanation. The story told by this 6-year-old boy and his journey to find his past life mother have made many believe that the reincarnation of the human soul is real. And this is Creep Factor. Thank you for taking the time to watch the entire video. And if you like this video, please click like, share and subscribe to the channel for more interesting contents.